Hello, my name is Jackie Kirkup. Welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is Thursday, May the 8th, 2025. I'm here with the pickleball people. That's the name, pickleball people. I look at you, just that's your new name.
Yeah.
The committee members. So to my far right, I have Dennis Quigley, and then in the middle, I have Debra Kain, and then right beside me is Marnie Heath. And these are a group of people that are working very hard to get a pickleball court hopefully set up here in Souris. And they've done a great job of getting people out to play pickleball and teaching. So it's amazing. So Denny and I were talking a little bit earlier before we got going here tonight. And Denny and Marnie participated in the 55 games in Quebec City last year. So tell us about your experience.
Yeah, we went to Quebec City about a year ago, June, a little later. And our goal when we left, when we did this a year ago, we said to win one game, and we actually won two.
That's awesome.
We were in a pool of 6 and won 2 out of 3, and we're competitive in at least one and maybe 2 more if you win blue the right way. So yeah, great experience. Go to Quebec City tomorrow if you could.
Sounds wonderful. Marnie, can you tell us how you, what you had to do to get to go to Quebec City?
Okay, well, we played in the 55 plus games, and I can't remember where. Brandon. And we qualified there by winning the bronze. So we decided, and you had a choice, like when you started, like, do you want to go to Quebec City or not? But we, of course, said yes, we did. So we decided then we were going to go. So we packed our bags and we left. Like I said, great experience. We got to see how the rest of Canada plays and how we didn't. And yes, and the games went to 15, which we weren't used to because our games only go to 11.
Oh,
But like I
okay.
said, we kind of represented Manitoba very well. Denny and I held the sign as we escorted, what was it, about
600 participants in total, and we led the parade
Oh,
into.
like from Manitoba?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
there wasn't only pickleball, like there's crib, there was baseball, and we were in the
Great.
same hotel with the Manitoba baseball team, which did win gold, and they were really fun. They were a fun group to be with, but we met some really nice people and just loved it. So
Sounds like a great experience.
it was very good.
Wonderful. So I know that there's pickleball going on behind us here. So tell me a little bit about this type of a night, Thursday night.
Thursday nights, we start at 7. Cost you $5, and we played at 9:30. There's a whole range of abilities out there. Behind me, there'll be a couple provincial champions and a guy that's played national level, and there's a couple there who started in the fall.
Wow.
Yeah, so all kinds of levels. And we're starting to get a bit of reputation. There's 3 from Brandon out there, 4 from Brandon out there, and we don't have anybody from Burden here tonight. We usually get people from all over.
That's
coming to
nice.
play.
So
Yeah.
it's just not a
No.
Souris thing.
No,
Anyone
not at all.
from
Yeah.
surrounding communities
You bet.
could come and drop in and play. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays is basically, come and play, but like Denny and we've been talking about setting up, learn to play.
Okay.
And then we're trying to get like a recreation night or a ladies' night, or just sort of seeing if we can do all this with Carol, like we're kind of just talking and about doing things like that, and then do a teen night or get some of the younger kids involved in how to play and not just smash it, but
How many courts are out there in the curling
3.
club? There's
3
3.
courts. Yeah.
Yes.
We put them in, painted them in ourselves. And one of the things that we've noticed that when we started a dozen years ago, we played in the hall.
Right.
And there was 25 people coming out, and then people started getting a little more competitive, and people said, well, I don't want to come anymore. And so the recreation night is for the people who just want to come play, have some fun, they don't want to get smashed at and all this stuff. In fact, may not even keep track of the score.
Right.
It's just for fun, fitness. We're looking at either a Monday or Wednesday. The committee meets on Monday, and we'll talk about and try to set down some dates, so
Right.
keep you posted.
I've noticed these lovely blue shirts that all three of you have on, and this fantastic logo. Looks great with the bridge and then the paddles. It looks really nice.
Yes, locally produced.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
locally
yes.
produced, yeah.
Yeah, we've been.
Tell me about Debra, about the fundraising. What's happening there?
We're actually being quite successful in our fundraising. We have a provincial grant that's quite large, around 50,000. Plus, we've
Wow.
done a lot of individual fundraising with businesses. We haven't, because we currently don't have a location. We currently we're just kind of tackling businesses and letting
Right.
them know that we're doing this. And then tried to grow the sport to get the town sort of more interested in finding a spot for us.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I understand that's been a challenge, and it's also a costly endeavor as
Yeah.
well. So,
Very much so.
there's lots of things to be thinking about. But it's good for the community to know that, that you people are busy working to get this sport going here in the community and are actively, raising funds because
And our mission
you want
is-
you want on a court.
Yeah, our mission is to grow the sport as well, right?
Yeah.
So that, we know from talking with Carol Williams, people when they come to camp, they ask if we have pickleball courts.
Right,
Right?
right.
So it's not something and it's a growing sport. And it's growing in all age groups and
Yes.
all, at singles, doubles, in any age you can name.
Yeah.
So it would actually be a good tourist attraction. Wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, in
Yes.
Like I
fact,
said, if anybody has some land or
Wants
knows
to donate.
anybody that wants
only
to.
need 100 by 60, doesn't have to be
Okay,
big.
all
Doesn't have
right.
to be that
Well,
big.
It's good to put it out there.
We want
Yeah.
3 courts, so we just need some land, which
Yeah.
we can't seem to
Yeah.
peg down the town to give us a location, so.
Right, well,
I mean,
hopefully
the
it's
town
something
is-
that's in the works, so
Yeah.
hopefully there's a solution
Yeah.
coming up here
Yeah,
soon
the
for
town
you.
is very keen on getting it, they can't find a spot to build.
Right,
So
yes.
that's where, kind of stuck on that, until we
Yeah.
get that.
We really can't go any further with fundraising because it was the first question I asked the people when they were in their Survivor, and the first question was, well, where are you building it? Well,
So
Yeah.
So we're
Service,
we're
yeah.
kind of really stuck right now on
Yes.
where we go from here until we do get a location, like we need to, contact the contractors. We need to, but they can't come out until, of
Yeah.
course, they know.
And
where-
we've done our
That's
research,
right.
we've
Yes.
lined up, we know who we would get, we know,
Yes.
and there's quite the committee, not just the 3 of us.
I know, yeah, there's more of you, for sure. I've noticed more of a social media presence as of late. Definitely, that's where I seen the logo first, and just lots more information about pickleball and your
Yeah.
nights when you have for people to come out.
Yeah.
Denny, how much of an investment as far as, say, court shoes and a paddle?
Well,
I mean,
paddles have gone nuts, honest to God. Like, there's a couple paddles out there, probably $450.
wow.
Which you totally do not need.
No, you don't.
In my opinion.
It's not the paddle, it's the person.
It's-
Person
So,
behind the paddle.
you can get a paddle for about 50, a decent paddle costs you about 100.
Right.
And they're just court shoes, these ones are 100.
Tennis shoes would
Yeah,
work.
tennis shoes,
Oh, okay.
125 for
Yeah.
nice court shoes.
Okay.
And in fact, if I had $200 to spend, I'd spend 125 on my shoes and 75 on a paddle.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You don't need a big paddle, or we do have the wooden ones, but I have like 2 other paddles, so I bring them when people want to come and
Yeah.
learn how to
Yeah.
play, and we all have probably 1 or 2 paddles that we can.
And there's quite the used paddle market, like for
Yeah, there
people,
really
is. Okay.
especially for people who want to, they're always moving up to the next paddle.
Right.
So there's always both of mine I bought are used, both
Okay.
of them. So,
Yeah, me
There's
too.
nothing wrong
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
yeah,
too.
absolutely. I think, just was kind of curious
You don't have
about.
to spend $300.
No,
Yeah.
In fact, I
absolutely not.
totally
And it's
recommend
like,
it.
that's all you need. Well, now I think that really people need to have eye protection and
Yes.
the
yeah.
goggles, but if you don't.
If you don't
wear-
have glasses, you need
because,
goggles.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
there's an 80% chance that you could get hit in the face, and then I think it's going to become mandatory. It hasn't come out in the rules yet. We just got the rules for 2025. But
Okay.
they are highly recommending eye protection because And we have seen, like Denny's gotten his glasses broken, you know, so I really think that eye protection
Yeah,
is.
if you search Maria Sharapova, she's now a pickleball player.
Oh, really?
Has her own league.
Oh,
She's got
wow.
a big bandage on her eye because she took one in the eye.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
yeah, lots of people, ex-tennis players have set up leagues and they play tournaments and travel around the country. The first prize for men's doubles in the US Open was $1.5 million.
Oh, my goodness.
It's
Are you
become-
doing that here?
No.
Yeah,
Here, our main mission is to grow the sport, right?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's, we can't touch any of that.
No,
any of
you-
that.
So we expect you out for their next
Okay.
learn to play.
Yeah.
Well, I,
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed my last time learning, and I know I would like this.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit fearful of
In
my own ability. and
Monday
that's-
nights at 7.
Yes,
That's
well,
what-
give me,
just
I
for
might just
you.
try it again.
Just for
Monday
you.
nights at 7 is a learn to play, and we're going to try to do that every Monday, Denny? Is-
Yeah, well, we'll probably do the learn to, well, we got to talk as a committee. But
Yes, yeah,
in Pencil, every first Monday of the month will be a learn to play.
Okay.
And every Monday of the month will be the rec league,
okay.
Will be what?
the non-competitive league. Yeah.
How many, is this an average night of the amount of
No, this is
people?
pretty slow.
This is slow, okay.
This is slow.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had
Got 3 courts.
16 or 18 on.
We usually have all 3 courts going.
yes.
And then
Yeah.
some people waiting,
Yeah.
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 Which is good, because you need the rest anyway.
Please let me rest.
What
I
One
is,
need-
game on, 2 games off. One-
Can you tell me or tell the viewers like how to play the game? Like I look at it and it reminds me of badminton,
Yep.
and it reminds me a bit like
Tennis.
volleyball a little bit,
Little
and a
bit
bit like
tennis.
tennis.
Yes,
So
quite a bit like tennis. One of the reasons that it's growing so fast is, like at the 55 plus, there's tons of people playing.
mhm.
Tennis players, badminton players, racquetball, squash,
Oh yes,
golfers.
yes,
The knees and the shoulders and the back starts to go, well, you can play this.
right.
So they transition over quite nicely. If you have even a small amount of racket sports, baseball, golf, this comes easy.
The high
Yeah.
eye-hand coordination.
Yeah.
Right.
Good,
yeah, that's
soft
the-
hands.
But it's
Yeah.
more moving side to side.
Yeah.
You're not moving like really, like you're trying to cover the whole court, because most of the people play here are doubles, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's, you're just got that little kind of square, but it is side to side, and then you try to move up to the net as soon as you can,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
surveying.
The biggest thing is get it over the net.
Yes, yes.
You know.
That's the only thing,
If
actually.
you get it over the net, you know, you're guaranteed that it will probably,
Well,
you know.
And
Sounds easy
no-
If you
enough.
don't get it over the net,
But most people, like on their second or third try, are getting quite comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good.
So it's
we-
not a hard, it's not hard
Yeah.
sport to learn.
No.
it's
Yeah.
the hardest thing about pickleball is the score.
Trying to keep
Oh,
track.
Marnie,
Score,
I
score.
know. The night I was here, I left, and I'm like, I'm not coming
We've
back.
had people playing
because
2 and 3 years. What's the score again?
The
And so-
score was beyond
But
me.
it's
Yeah.
hard, and
We
that's
take
the
care of
hardest
that.
thing about it, so,
Yeah.
you know, and somebody's always gonna tell you what the score is, don't worry about
Well, as long
that.
as I'm winning,
But if
I
you-
don't really
Yeah,
care
If
what
you,
the
exactly.
score
if
is.
that, you know, that's the hardest thing about
Yes.
pickleball, is
Wow.
get it over, and there, like I said, there are some new things which we will bring up and learn to play and different things, so.
The biggest
Yeah.
thing with pickleball is it's social. It's a
Yes.
lot like curling in many
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Like you and I might play, and then next time you and I might play, and you're
just
mixing
play
it
everybody.
around.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the majority of the people aren't super serious.
Yeah.
They wanna get some exercise, have some fun, win if they can, get a
There's-
little better,
There's some competitiveness.
and just get out there and get a sweat on and laugh. And
But I can
that's
see
usually
where
what
you
happens.
would be intimidated to come when there's, you know, this many.
Well, you know what, it really wouldn't bother me, actually, if there was somebody that would
Yeah.
just be patient with me and teach me a
Typically,
few
then-
things.
We can always we can split it into, like, have one court for people that are just starting, and the other 2 courts can be for the more competitive
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
too.
Yep,
So-
I can see how you
Yeah.
can figure that out.
We can figure that out.
But if
Like,
you
So-
it's
get
not
the
that hard.
Mondays going and get a number of those people that, well, I don't like pickleball because all I do is get hit. Well, come out on the Mondays, shouldn't get that.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can work on things to do, so if people do hit it at you hard, you don't get,
Just jump.
And we have-
get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
And in the Learn to Play, there's quite a few experienced players that are willing to assist with the Learn to Play, so they're
Right.
getting the good information.
Oh,
Like,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, we had Mina's daughter, we had a first learn to play on Monday. Mina's daughter came out, she I
Millie's.
coached her badminton. by the end of the night, she even caught on to the score. So
Oh,
there
well,
you go.
good for her.
There you go.
Millie's daughter.
Millie's daughter,
Millie.
Millie's daughter.
Oh, Millie, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
Millie's
Not
daughter.
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sarah.
And tennis, my sister was a tennis player that transitioned
Oh,
over to
okay.
pickleball,
Yeah.
and it really transitions very nicely.
Okay,
Yeah.
It does.
good to know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So if anybody is interested and like has a more direct question, say about learning to play or wanting to ask about fundraising, who should they contact?
Probably me, I think.
Okay.
Because I keep answering the phone, I'm president.
Oh, I see. That's how it works.
That is how it works.
Yes.
If you
Yeah,
can't get
any
hold
one
of
of us,
Denny,
actually, any of the
if you
three
can't
of
get
us.
hold of Denny, I'm always usually
Right.
around right now.
Yeah, and it's the Facebook page is there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Facebook.
and they can, yeah, we watch that too, Millie actually does
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
Millie's got
Millie runs that one.
the Facebook page up, and that's a good place to put a
Oh,
Yeah,
question.
put a comment
absolutely.
or
Mhm.
like,
Question,
or if you're
because
interested, like,
some-
when, some questions about it, would it be okay if me and my son came, or
Big
something
time.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, anybody.
Yes.
Bring your babies,
Yeah.
I'll look after them.
And it's always a good thing to check that, because here's not too bad, but we play in the school in the winter.
Right.
And we'll get canceled volleyball.
that's a
basketball.
tough one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
it's
always
hard.
good to have a contact. If
Here.
you're coming out, just, are we on tonight? And I have a text group, I text her, yeah, I'll see you
Oh,
tonight,
okay.
or no, we're
Okay,
canceled.
well, that's
But
great.
yeah, the school is a bit challenging because we are canceled a lot.
Right, yeah.
And
I
rightly
see
so.
you're sharing.
Here-
a
We're sharing,
facility.
It's
sharing
a-
facilities, yeah.
It's a
That's
school
right.
place.
It's a
Yeah.
school, it is, and we understand that, like, you know, if the basketball or volleyball comes up, fine, but we just don't want people to come out from Brandon and realize.
It's not
Oh,
on.
yeah,
That's not
yeah,
good.
that would be disappointing.
Big
So
That's
usually
Yeah.
Denny does a shout out to people and say we're canceled for tonight. He's very good at doing that, so.
That's good. That's nice to have that person that's the communicator and keeping everybody in line. I think that's the school teacher in them,
Yeah.
don't you think?
For sure, yeah. I think so.
Can you just go over one more time the nights that you play and the cost and the times?
So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 PM and it's $5
Per
to play
night.
per night.
Each night.
Excellent.
And you're here for 2 hours or 2.5.
Okay,
Yeah, and we're aiming for the Mondays to be a play, learn to play.
Right.
And then the recreation lead to come, hopefully.
okay. So
Yeah.
watch Facebook maybe
Yeah.
for more
Yeah, right.
information on
And
those two
the
things.
rec league, the $5 covers this and vice ball, so the rec league will be $5 a night.
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? We chatted about a lot of things. We had a conversation before and I couldn't even get the date right when we started, so I haven't remembered
It's a senior
everything.
moment.
Is it a senior moment?
It is. Is today Thursday? Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's just about Friday.
It's coming soon.
It's coming.
Yeah.
The thing about pickleball, my saying, it's like the crystal meth of sports, because once you start, you just, there's a guy out there, he's got $10,000 worth of golf clubs, hasn't used it in 2 years.
Isn't
Because
that
all he does is
something?
play pickleball. And he,
It's
Wow.
addicting.
tournaments,
It's
he's a really
addicting.
good golfer, but
Yeah.
pickleball just took
It's
over his life.
addicting.
Yeah,
And it's a good addiction, you know,
Yeah.
to have.
Well, it's a healthy one.
yeah,
So-
Yes.
yeah. a lot of
Are
fun.
you finding lots of other communities also have
Oh,
like pickleball?
They build
clubs?
courts and they're,
Yeah.
they're all
Show
over the
Lake.
place, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bird,
Show
yeah.
Lake just put some new ones in,
Portage.
across Brandon, Portage is
Yeah,
really
Brandon's working on
amazing.
a brand new
Minnedosa.
school center, yeah.
Yeah,
And do you find you also go and do they have drop-in nights where you might go and play
Yes,
or maybe?
yes and no, well, it's Brandon for sure.
Yeah.
Portage is so busy, you can hardly get in.
Really?
Can't get in.
Show Lake, I've heard good things about Show Lake.
We've been to Killarney. We haven't
Yeah.
been to Boys of Ing because it's the same night as ours and we
Yeah.
feel
Right.
obligated to
Yeah,
play
oh,
here.
yes, yeah.
I've been to Verdun a couple times, I play in
Verdun,
Verdun in the
yeah.
gym. So yeah, there's lots around,
And there's tournaments,
yes.
right?
One this weekend, actually.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's that opportunity
Yeah.
to,
And another nice thing about pickleball is they've got typically age categories. So like
Okay.
Marnie and I, when we went to Quebec City, we were in the 65 plus. Sorry,
Okay.
Marnie, I'm telling them your age. And then there's skill levels,
I see.
rated from 1 to 5. And Marnie and I
Oh.
are a 3-0.
3-0.
Okay,
So we're playing people our age, our skill level.
okay.
And so it makes it very competitive, like it
Yes.
makes it very, like you're not playing people that are way up there
Right.
or really young or, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
that,
very
you know,
nice.
lopsided,
Yeah,
kind of that
exactly.
kind of thing is not,
It's your own age group, yeah.
Yeah.
And like if you go into a tournament, recommend that you go into the recreation.
Yes, yeah.
Because
As we found out in Red
the
versus
competitive is very competitive.
I see.
There are some excellent players.
Yeah,
out there.
really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I'm
Some of
sure.
them from Brandon, just like going to these little these little tournaments just so they can win and.
Oh,
Anyway,
they're gonna add up all their winnings to 1.5 eventually,
Yeah.
okay?
I don't think you really could say we win cars.
That's all right,
We win a jar of pickles.
Yeah.
if you're making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is that all for tonight, do you
Yeah.
think? We'll
Yeah, just-
Come
definitely,
play.
yeah, keep us updated
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
things
Come play.
progress.
Just
Jump on
watch,
the rec league.
watch the Facebook for updates.
Okay,
Yeah.
As well as, hopefully we'll be able to put on there some updates about, place to build and as we go
yes,
along.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to see that you've got these shirts and the logo, and there's some progression with your committee as far as getting, some things established too.
We've got
Get
funding,
some-
we got some funding,
We're almost halfway.
we're almost
Yeah.
halfway there.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And we
so,
haven't really hit it.
we haven't,
Big Souris
No.
gala or.
yeah, we
anything.
haven't
We're
had a
waiting
sort of
for-
a kickoff or anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Mm,
it's
well,
coming.
that's good.
Yeah.
yeah,
And if you get the outdoor courts open as soon as the day, sun rises till sun sets, you just go play.
Yeah,
So take your kids out, whatever,
Mhm.
but just need a spot to build them.
yeah, well, sending
Good
out
luck
good
with that.
vibes out to
Good
you.
vibes, thanks
It's
for the
great.
vibes, we need
thank
them.
you.
This has been Spotlight on Souris for Thursday, May the 8th, 2025.